Okay, let's go. Let's start with the 40 update, the Q4 40 update today. My name is Peter van Leeuwenrijk. Most of the people I think you know. Also, Karen Hoek from Exclusive Network and Lars Putenaers from Fortinet will do their presentation today, and also those people are people well known, let's say, in the Fortinet arena. Okay, so hello everybody. What will be the presentation of today, the content of today? So we will discuss four different topics. First of all, I will start with, like usual, product updates, a solution update on different solutions like FortiGate, Switch, Access Point, FortiManager, Analyzer, and FortiAnalysis for the sandbox. Then Karen will take over and will speak about viable, easy cash flow with simple payments. Then will Lars take the lead. He will discuss FortiEDR, what it is, how you can set it, and he will also give a nice demonstration of it. And then Karen will take over back again, and she will discuss the exclusive networks on demand solutions. So that's the content for this forum. I think we have around till 12 o'clock, so normally we will finish in time. What you see also on the top right of the screen is with a pair of Apple AirPods Pro Type 2. So if you attend this webinar and you will enter the evaluation later on, you may have a chance to win those fantastic AirPods. But Karen will discuss that later on today also. So let's start. So if you have questions, you see also a chat panel on your screen, so don't hesitate to ask us questions, and we will try to answer you as best as possible. So, first of all, new Q4 product highlights. The first one, and a lot of people are waiting on this one, is the replacement box for the 200E, and now you can see we have a 200F. 200F and 201F in the price list. It's a successor of the 200E. It's in the price list. That's something I already told, I think. So it's really a nice box with his nice performance, 3 gig full thread protection, 200,000 new connections per second, 5 gig IPS throughput. Really a high performing machine that we can position in the mid-range of enterprises or on branches, of course, of bigger enterprises. It is a box that is empowered by the SOC 4, the ASIC or the SPU that we also have in the 100F series, the 80 and the 60 and the 40 machines. We reuse it here in the machine. It has also 10 gig connectivity. A nice machine, I think. Dual power supply, is it mentioned on the slide? I think so, but no, it's not mentioned on the slide, but indeed there is a dual power supply on it. Next slide is about the new switches. You will see here, the 4 different switches product ranges that we have, going from the 100 series up to the 5. And depending on the implementation, we will select one or the other machine. And what's now new here in this umbrella, it's about the 148F. So this is let's say an entry-level switch with 10 gig connectivities. And you can see, depending on the box, you have them without PoE, with PoE, of FPoE. And so these are the 3 different flavors. Also, the quantity of ports change if you increase in number. So you can ask yourself the question, okay, this seems to be a little bit the same as our 400 series, the 400E series. No, it's not the same. This is a complete other positioning of the product. The 100F has, let's say, a limited feature set, so it works on technical layer 2 connectivities only, where the 400E has layer 2 and layer 3 connectivities possible. Yeah. Another big difference between the two product series, the 100 series F and the 400E series, yeah, that's the MC-LAC support. On the 100F, we don't support that, but on the 400E series, we do support. We see the difference in functionality of those product ranges. So depending what kind of design that you make, depending also on the price, you will choose the one or the other. But keep in mind, this can become a really interesting switch for the future. We have some new access points, the Wi-Fi 6 access points for the AP231F and the 40 AP Universal 231F, both with two radios, 2.4 and a 5. Three radios basically. Third one that will, for the 200-301F, can be used as a scanner only, but on the Universal 231F can the third radio be used as a scanner, as access. A nice way, I think. Certainly products that need to be followed for the future. Then let's talk a little bit on what's happening with FortiManager and FortiAnalyzer. So today we have, and you know that, we have FortiManager Cloud, and that's a subscription that's enabled FortiManager in our FortiCloud. This subscription is bundled in the 360 bundle, or it can be purchased separately on the SKU items for a FortiGate. So I say it can be purchased on an SKU item for FortiGate. And that's something we have seen in the past. It can be it's not that flexible, let's say. So what we have now is that we have a device-based FortiManager Cloud subscription. So it's not linked anymore to the serial number of your FortiGate. No, it's that you say, I want to use FortiManager in the cloud for 15 FortiGates. So you buy just a FortiManager Cloud with an SKU for 15 FortiGates, independent on the serial number that it's linked to. Much better and much flexible for you guys in the field, sales and pre-sales. About the FortiCloud Premium license, that's not needed for this subscription. It's this subscription. Don't forget, FortiCloud Premium is still needed for the 360. What about FortiAnalyzer? Again, there FortiAnalyzer Cloud. That's something that we have already for a while now. But there are two new things that's popping up. That's for the FortiAnalyzer VM versions. That in that subscription in that VM, you have now the possibility to have an add-on license for the SOC functionality. If you compare that to the past, FortiAnalyzer VM had not the possibility to have the SOC licenses as an option. Now, with the FortiAnalyzer VM, SOC license can be added as an option. Why do we do that? That's because the SOC functionality gives you the connectivity, the automation features that you need for security fabric. So in case that something happens on Fortinet products that's generating logs, those logs are sent to the FortiAnalyzer using the playbook functionalities on the SOC. Yeah, we can do automated actions to the security fabric. So that's the reason why we enable that. And last in Forti Analyzer, we have a new 152 Forti Analyzer available. Yeah, it's a sort of it's a low entry device, around $4,000 list. And then about Forti Sandbox. Sandbox is also a solution that's selling like hell, to be honest. Why? Yeah, because this is our solution to protect data flows and zero-day threats with zero-day threats. So if you have ransomware that could be entered via different vectors into the network, we will use the sandbox to detect those attacks and do some mitigations. So you probably know already the first and the last solution that we have on the market. So the first one is the FortiGate Cloud Sandbox. That's the SaaS offering. So it's basically an add-on on your FortiGate serial number. You have a FortiGate in the field, and you want to have FortiGate Cloud Sandbox. Yeah, it's just a matter of purchase that subscription license for a year. It's that functionality, that subscription is included in the basic version, the basic bundle here. And the last one for the sandbox appliances, physical appliances or the virtual appliances, and also solutions that we sell for now 4 or 5 years. It's running like hell. So the new one, the new kid on the block today is the Forti Sandbox Cloud as a PaaS. So it's a subscription-based offering, and that's hosted in the Forti Cloud. Yeah? In the Forti Cloud. So on the moment that you purchase, you will see that later on, purchase a Forti Cloud Premium, there will be an instance for you created. Yeah? You have access to that instance, but there are at that moment some limitations. When I talk about the SKUs, there you will see what the limitations are and what that you need to sell to make it happen. That's a new kid on the block for the sandbox tasks. So if we line up the 3 solutions, the 3 flavors, they are listed here. So this document can be found on this link. So if you have the presentation later on today and you want to have access to more content on that slide, yeah, you just click on the link. So if you compare the 3 flavors here, you have the FortiGate Cloud Sandbox, what's a subscription-based linked to your serial number, to your device. Yeah, here. Security Fabric integration, not really. It's an individual solution. But if you compare the Forti Sandbox Cloud with the Forti Sandbox appliance versions, yeah, it's on the same level. It's centralized. It is a Security Fabric component. Really important statement. It's a Security Fabric component. The detection technology on the service FortiGate Cloud Sandbox, it's the sandbox technology, but there is no AI. That you can see on the right, AI is supported also. Performance and the service level on the subscription-based, yeah, we run up to 60 minutes, but on the sandbox PaaS solution, we are on the same level as the Forti Sandbox appliance on premise. Okay? And the submission limits, there is no limit. It is also a big advantage compared to the service on your phone. So if we line up more, what about Security Fabric integration? Basically, yeah, different solutions of Fortinet can send demands to the Forti Sandbox Cloud. That's a good thing. Yeah. But what we don't have is those connectors, so the ECAP, the MTA functionality, the BCC, the REST API, the network shares, and the sniffer mode. That's something we don't offer in the PaaS flavor. Why? It's PaaS. We don't have the possibility to make network connections to the customer's enterprise environment. If you want to do that, you need to go to the sandbox appliance appliance itself or the VM. What's also important to highlight, today the support of the virtual machines inside the Fortinet sandbox, today it's limited to the Windows machines. So there is no possibility to upload custom OSs. There is no possibility to have OT simulations using Linux VMs inside. Depending on the demand we have on the market, depending on the roadmap that we will have on the Fortinet Sandbox Cloud, yeah, it's possible that we have that possibility in the future. Even more functionalities I will highlight. Yeah, on the threat intelligence is on the same level as the appliance version. You can really say that on detection level, reporting, everything is the same on an appliance level. Stock functionalities, okay, unlimited on-demand access, but the video recording replay and the interact no mode is not there at this moment. Privacy and administration. What's this mentioned? This is here mentioned with the question, with the uitroepteken. In English, uitroepteken, excuse me for the expression. It means that only today this solution, this PaaS solution, is hosted in Canada. But it means basically that we know that we have data centers in Europe, in Frankfurt, in Sofia. In over time, they will move to Europe, of course, just a matter of time. So jumping on the SKUs, you need to have 2 SKUs minimum. The first SKU is the Fortinet Cloud Premium, where you activate a Fortinet Sandbox instance in your account. This Fortinet Cloud Premium is an account per customer, not per solution, per customer. For me, for example, I'm customer Acme. I have just one Fortinet Cloud Premium account for my enterprise. And then you enable capacity, performance, depending on how many virtual machines need to be decoined on moment when there is demand for. For example, we have a stackable license, 1 VM or 5 VMs. So if you have a customer that wants to use 12 VMs in parallel on this Fortinet Sandbox PaaS solution, then it's just a matter of selling him 2 VMs of 1 license and 2 VMs of 5 licenses. Voila. I think this is my part of the presentation. I will fast see if there are some questions. No, there are no questions for the moment.
Peter,
So,
there are indeed 2 questions I see. There is one from Andreas. The 2 questions are about the FortiManager Cloud, so that's easy. The first one is from Andreas, who is asking if VDOM is now supported with FortiManager Cloud.
No, not yet. No. Not yet. Still, the FortiManager as a 1 ADOM or 1 VDOM. 1 ADOM, I think Andreas wants to say, it's the ADOM support. No, it's not yet supported. It's somewhere on the roadmap. We receive more and more demands on it. I think it's scheduled for 6.6. So somewhere next year, probably we will have it. But today, no.
Okay, and then the second question from Eddie, also about FortiManager Cloud, is more a general question if all features of the FortiManager are now available in FortiManager Cloud. So we know that VDOM is not yet supported, but what about other features?
Well, indeed, there are some other functionalities who are not really enabled on the FortiManager Cloud. But if you look at the perspective of security, we can say yes, there is almost no feature priority is almost the same. But if you look at the perspective of management of the FortiManager Cloud itself, yeah, there is a difference because the access, the authentication and authorization functionalities for accessing FortiManager is completely different comparing with the classical one, because in the cloud we are using FortiCloud authentication and authorization functionalities. But there is a detailed document on the doc side who explains all the difference between the cloud version and the on-premise version. I will include that in the presentation, and so I will not send yet the presentation out. I will include that link so people who are interested in that information just a bit of clicking it and see the difference. Okay, well, thank you very much. So I think now it's time that Karen starts with her presentation, the final presentation.
Yes.
Please, Karen.
Peter, and hello everybody. Welcome to the webinar of today. I will put on my camera, so yeah, it's nicer that you can see the presenters as well. So today I want to talk about our finance and leasing service, previously known as Exclusive Capital, and I'm sure that most of you have already heard about Exclusive Capital. Now it is rebranded Exclusive Networks Finance and Leasing Service, and the program, our flexible finance program, of course, is named Viable. Okay, so next slide, Peter. So for those who are looking for other and more flexible payment models, we can offer you that through the Viable program. So we can offer really flexible leasing opportunities, but also different payment models. And a big advantage, or one of the big advantages, is that we will not only cover our own vendors, but projects with other vendors who are not in our portfolio can be put into a leasing contract as well. And what's even more, not only hardware can be financed, but also software, so perpetual licenses, subscription licenses, all kinds of VMs can be put on the leasing contract. And what's even more is that we can offer also, or you can put your own services towards your end users also in that same leasing contract. So instead of having a CAPEX model where the end user or you has to buy upfront, you can really offer your customers also an OPEX model. Next slide, please. So we can offer different payment solutions. So the first is an easy payment where you pay every month or every quarter the same amount. But we can also offer different flexible payment models where you wait about or with the first payment, or your payment will grow as soon as your project will grow as well. Next slide, please. So the first payment model is the most easy one. So you pay the same amount every month or every quarter. For leasing in general, you can have contracts from 18 months up to 5 years, so the end of the life cycle of the products. And in most cases, it's 36 months or 3 years, and you can spread the cost of your investment or the end user's investment on quarterly or monthly payment. What is also an advantage is that the application process, so the time to set up a contract is about 48 hours. So the contract is set really, really quickly. Next slide, please. So the second payment option is a deferred payment plan. It's possible that you have a project with an end user and they have to already invest in the kit list, but the first deployment of the kit list will be in 6 months. So we can decide to defer the first payment, or maybe start with a low amount, and then after 6 months, when the first deployment is made, the customer can start its first payment. Next slide, please. And the last one is a ramped payment plan. So the payment will grow as the project will grow. We see this type of payment plan typically for MSSPs, and maybe there are among the listeners today partners who are already MSSP, want to become an MSSP, and they would like to do an investment in order to offer their own service to the customers. So you can choose for the ramped payment, and you can choose to do already a first investment and start your first payment based on your first investment. And then during maybe, let us say, 3 years time, you will add different solutions to your own investment, and the payment will become bigger. It will grow as your project or your investment is growing. We can also work with an open envelope where we define together with you your total budget of your investment, and we already make up a contract for a certain amount, so for the total investment, and you just start to pay as soon as you start to purchase your first solution and then your second solution and so on. So we can really work out a payment plan which works, which is suitable for you. Next slide, please. So here are different options or different models with the ramped up payment. So you can choose whether to have your payment grow with your investment, and at the end, maybe the last year, your payments will stay the same, yeah, until the end of the contract, or you already start to grow during your first year, and then already the second year, your payments will stay the same until the end of the contract. Also, maybe another option is if you go for a 3 years contract, and during the second year, you will add some licenses also with a 3-year contract behind it. Well, you can choose to extend your current leasing contract until the end of the license contract, or you can say, no, I want to end everything, all my investment on the same date. So again, this is a flexible solution, flexible contracts according to your own needs. Next slide, please. So how is a contract look like, and what is the flow behind it? So in the first example, the example above, it is the end user, so your customers who will do a leasing contract with exclusive finance and leasing. So the end user will have a contract with us, and they will pay on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis. Yeah, in that project can be your kit list, your services you want to offer to the end user. Instead of the end user, it will be Exclusive Networks Finance and Leasing who will place the order through the partner, through the reseller. The reseller will place the kit list at Exclusive Networks, or maybe in case of other equipment from other distributors, other vendors, you can place your order through your current channel, let us say. And then in this case, Exclusive Networks will place its order to the vendor. Then the second example, it's more for GSIs and even more for MSSPs. So those people who want to make their own investment, they will have a contract, a service contract with their end users for a certain service on a monthly basis. And then your own investment as an MSSP, you will take it into leasing. So you will have a contract with Exclusive Finance and Leasing, and you pay on a monthly basis or quarterly basis. So you can align your purchases with your service contract with your end users. And then Exclusive Networks will place the order through Exclusive Networks, the local entity, and Exclusive will in its turn place the order at the vendor. So different options are possible in this case. Next slide, please. So a wrap up about the benefits your end users can have with Viable and the benefits you can have with Viable. Well, one of the most important benefits is that if your customer doesn't want to go for a certain project because he has budget constraints, you can offer him a leasing contract instead, flexible payment and spread payments. So they will release their delayed projects much sooner. You can have higher deals, better deals with your customers because you can add other technologies. The project will become bigger. You can add your own services, your own support, and so on. And of course, you can accelerate your your pipeline. Future deals might be purchased much quicker because of the easy payment plans behind it. You as a reseller, when your end user will have a leasing contract, you will get paid much more quickly, typically in 4 or 5 days after the contract has been signed by the end user. And of course, for the end user, it's the cash flow protection. And of course, for you as an MSSP, your cash flow will be protected as well and can be used for other projects and so on. And of course, as an MSSP, you can align your business with your customers, with the payments you do at exclusive finance and leasing. And of course, you also have an evergreen lifecycle management. So after 3 years or 5 years, after the end of the life cycle of the kit list of the products, exclusive finance and leasing can take back the products, and you can negotiate a replacement project, a trade-up project, and so on. So another advantage is also customer retention. With leasing, your customer or you have the option to become the owner at the end of the contract. So you can buy your kit list from exclusive finance and lease if you want to do that, if you want to have that CAPEX option behind it. Next slide, please. So again, wrap up with what the advantages are for you as a partner. You can make your deal more viable. Talk with your customers. Have these projects decided much more quickly. So tell them about easy payments. What is important in this case, if you know from the beginning that your customer has a budget restraint, well, ask already what his budget will be. Ask already if maybe a leasing plan can be one of the options. Because as sooner as we are aware about a certain project, a better leasing contract or a better offer we as exclusive finance and leasing can offer to you and to your customers as well. So involve us, the sooner the better in a project. So you can increase your deal volume, of course, because you can add other technologies, and of course you can increase the number of deals. You have that customer retention because you have that your customer has a contract for 3 years or 5 years with exclusive finance and lease. You have that multi-year engagement with your customers, and after the 3 years you can start negotiate that new contract. So customer retention is really important. And of course, we offer you good interest rates. But again, the sooner we are aware of a leasing project, the better interest rates we can give you. So now is the time. Start talking with your customers or start in investing in becoming an MSSP and spread your cost and align your cost with your service model. So that was the viable part for me, the leasing part. I'm going to check if there are any questions. No, there are no questions. So I will hand over the word to Lars? Okay, Lars, here you go.
Okay, you should all see my screen. Also welcome from me for the sales update about FortiEDR. This afternoon we will have a technical update and technical hands-on session. FortiEDR, first we are going to look at what is FortiEDR, then the components of FortiEDR, go to a small demo of the environment, so you also have a view on what this and how it is looking. So what is FortiEDR? It is the former Ensilo product. Ensilo was founded in 2014, and it was purely focused on endpoint protection. Bought by Fortinet in November 2019. And it is the next-gen part, next-gen endpoint protection in the security fabric, more specific, the EDR part in security fabric, a piece that was missing up until November last year, when we have acquired Ensilo, and we saw at that point already a big demand for endpoint protection, EDR-alike endpoint protection in the market. And that is why Fortinet bought the Ensilo product at that moment. If you are going to look at the EDR definition Gartner is giving, it's about a solution that will record, store system behavior. So it's behavior-based, it's not definition-based. That's a really big difference. And with that behavior recording, it will or has to detect suspicious system behavior, suspicious things happening on a system, whether it would be a PC, a server, in the future, a smartphone, a tablet, so mobile environments. And it has to block that malicious activity and even provide remediation suggestions. EDR, endpoint detection and remediation. So all the three parts, it's an endpoint, it's detection, it's remediation, are important in that definition that is given by Gartner. And it needs 4 primary capabilities. The first, security incident detection, so behavior-based, not definition-based, because a lot of attacks we see right now, and for those who will participate this afternoon, we will also simulate a real-life attack with credential theft, with privilege escalation, with exploit techniques, and not just an executable, a file being launched on your system. So that's the first part. The second part will be the incident containment at the endpoint. So blocking the incident from happening or moving towards other endpoints in your network, whether it will be a laptop, a desktop, or a server. It will have to give you security incident investigation possibilities. So when it happens, that you can investigate further on how it came into your environment, how you can remediate it, and what it all did in your environment. And then remediation guidance, what will you need to do in the future so it will not happen again to your company. If you look at the features of FortiEDR, there are 3 main parts, and there is one optional part. And let me take the pen. The 3 main parts are here: predict, protect, and response. That are the features, and the MDR part is a separate part. Prediction is about ASIC discovery, reducing the attack surface, so minimizing the place where attackers can play, can live, can detect the systems. It's about detection of applications, communication and control, vulnerability management. The second part, protection, is really the next generation antivirus, behavior-based artificial intelligence, whether it would be pre-infection or post-infection real-time protection. Even when we install FortiEDR on a already compromised environment, for example, a crypto mining software that is already running on your system, and you install FortiEDR, FortiEDR will detect that anomaly and will clean it, even if it's running for already a long time. And then response, the EDR part, the data retention, the threat hunting possibilities. For 6 months, we will keep that data. You will have the ability to have deep forensics overview, attack graphs, code tracing. So really the response part, knowing what happened. We know that not every partner or IT service provider has his own SOC team or has in-depth knowledge on really knowing what is going on with an attack, how it's evolving in my network, and sometimes needs assistance. And that's why we have the MDR part. It's the managed detection and response. It's a team at Fortinet of threat hunting people, people from FortiGuard Labs that are at your disposal to assist you and your customers in managing the events, the detection we see, and how we need to respond to it. There are different license flavors in the solution. The first is predict and response. The second one is protect and response. And we are not talking with those two license frameworks of full EDR answers. Those are lightweight EDR answers, because some of the EDR features, if you go back to the definition of Gartner, we had 4 points to be recognized as a real EDR solution. You need security incident detection, you need incident containment at the endpoint, you need the investigation and remediation guidance. When you take the predict and protect license, you will lose the response features. So you will have no insight, you will get no visibility, you will lose the incident investigation and remediation guidance. So 2 important parts in the definition will not be available when you only take the predict and protect response. When you go to protect and respond, there is no prediction. You don't know about connected devices. You don't know about programs communicating to internet. So incident detection, you won't have the full visibility on what happens and how it has evolved. You don't know about potential malicious programs and things like that. So it's again the security incident detection, the potential malicious program, the initial trigger of the malicious event. You might perhaps not see it, and it's also a big part of EDR. And that's why it are no full EDR answers. It are lightweight EDR answers. It's a basic protection. It is a really good program. It will take action on when it's necessary, because the protection part is in place, but the whole line, the whole visibility, the whole documentation will not be available. And that's why for Fortinet, there are only 2 licenses that really take the time to look at, or that are really important and need to be proposed towards customers. It's the predict, protect, and response. You have the full license with all the features as described in 2 slides before. You have the prediction, you have the protection, so the real-time protection, and you have the investigation possibilities, the answering possibilities with the response feature. Or you have the predict, and MDR feature. MDR is the managed detection and response. So the response is done by a team at Fortinet, which is available 24/7, which can assist you and your customer in answering queries, in understanding the events that happened, and understanding the more technical part in the threat hunting environment for the EDR. And at this point, we are talking about full EDR options, full EDR visibility and features. What's in the solution? Just to give a short overview, I'm not going into technical detail because that would be too much. When you're here talking about collectors in FortiEDR, collectors are the endpoint agent, or is the solution that is installed on the endpoint. And as you can see, we can support Windows, we can support Mac, we can support Linux. So every endpoint that a user uses is supported. As said, support for mobile devices, tablets, smartphones is coming towards Q3, Q4 next year. It's not yet in there, but it is coming. But at this point in time, we are supporting the most used operating systems, and even go way back with Windows. We still support XP 2007, and it's clear that we also support 2010 Windows 8. The management and the environment can run at the customer side, completely or on-premise, or in a mix as a hybrid system. So we have a flavor that can answer a question for every customer. We see sometimes customer asking for complete on-premise installation in their data center, so they have the hands-on, the manageability, and they don't want to reside it in a cloud. But for customers, and we see a lot of cloud migrations, for those customers, we have also an answer. We have also the capabilities to have it fully cloud based hosted. And we have the central manager, which is available. Central manager is the management console, and is the only thing that is giving visibility, where you can log in and where you can act, define policies, and do all kinds of integrations towards other security fabric products. About licensing, we will only talk about the term license, where you have the ability to bill a customer 1, 3, or 5 years upfront. Depending on the number of licenses, the viable solution, the viable service of exclusive might be interesting to have it in a leasing solution, knowing that this is purely software. So you have to check whether it is possible to have it purely on software and not on hardware. There is an obligatory deployment service for pure cloud deployments. So if you are going to an on-premise deployment, the deployment service is not necessary. But we can assist you, if necessary, with professional services for the on-premise installation. You will need to install the separate components out of this environment as separate servers in the environment, so we can assist you with that. There are different license flavors. Only one, let's say 2, should be proposed: the predict, protect, and response, whether it would be the manual response, where you can, as a partner, can give your added value, or whether it will be the MDR response, where Fortinet will assist you as a partner in the managed detection and response. The minimum license count is 500 licenses. When MDR is taken into account, we can drop that to 250 licenses. Every device is counted as a license. So if a customer has 200 clients and 50 servers, or 400 clients and 100 servers, they are already at 500 licenses, and they can be compliant with the minimum requirements to obtain this environment. Also, for customers with 450 or 400 licenses, we can work something out. We can see how we can respond to that request. About pricing, about the licenses, as you can see, we have the Predict, Protect, and Response subscription with the specific part number. There is a part number for 25 assets, one for 500 assets. There is also a part number for 10,000 assets upfront, but in the Benelux region, we don't see a lot of companies that qualify for immediate 10,000 licenses. So those are the most used part numbers. If you are looking into managed detection and response, we have the other part number also for 25 and 500 licenses. And then there is the deployment service. It's up to 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000 licenses. So if you have a customer with more than 5,000 licenses, we will immediately go into this deployment SKU. It's obligatory for every cloud deployment that this is taken into account. We know that we have 40 clients. There's also antivirus, malware protection in 40 clients. We have 40 EDR that is purely focused on the endpoint protection, detection, and response. So to give an overview on the differences that there are right now between 40 clients and 40 EDR. 40 client is really seen as the fabric agent, the connectivity, giving endpoint telemetry, giving all the application inventory, and not only the applications that are communicating toward internet. There is dynamic access control, so which endpoint can connect to the network or which part of the network. In 40 client, there's also the secure remote access, the VPN agent, the single sign-on agent that is available and not in 40 EDR. And on the endpoint part, we see all the features of the endpoint protection besides web filtering at this point in time, but it's coming in one of the next releases of 40 EDR. Application firewall is not yet coming to 40 EDR, but the rest is vulnerability scanning, antivirus, and anti-exploit is already in EDR. Web filtering is coming. So a lot of those protection features we will find in 40 EDR, much more in-depth developed than we have in 40 client at this point in time. So if you are really talking endpoint protection, visibility, remediation, things like that, we have to see at 40 EDR, which is machine learning based antivirus, a really low footprint being 120 meg of RAM that is necessary to be able to run the 40 EDR client. We can do application discovery. We see fileless attacks. We detect them. We detect the different exploit techniques. We do data protection. So the exfiltration of data towards the command and control server is being detected, is being protected on. Also post execution detection, behavior-based, remediation, forensic investigation, and the possibility to do your own threat hunting or use the Forti MDR service or Forti Responder service. There is a minimal overlap, as already said. So the pieces of the antivirus, the pre-execution protection, is in both the solutions. The sandbox integration is also seen in FortiEDR. Attack surface reduction is also present in FortiEDR. And it will evolve that the protection features will also, the other protection features will also come in FortiEDR. In the future, they are looking into creating one single client for FortiEDR and FortiClient, but that is roadmap that will take time, and it will not come not in next week or next months. Fortinet, really known for the security fabric, and we see it with all the new features, all the new products. They are integrated in the security fabric. At this point in time, as it stands right now, we have integration with FortiSandbox and the FortiGate. We will in the future have integration with FortiNAC. A small NAC feature will become available in FortiEDR. So it doesn't have to connect with the FortiNAC, but there is a possibility. We can send files to the sandbox. We can address malicious IP addresses to the FortiGate to have a broader and a better security environment. For the demo, and I will log into one of the management consoles. This is a cloud-based management console, multi-tenant. This will also be used this afternoon. As you can see, as a reseller, you can have an overlapping management console where you have your different companies, your different organizations, your different customers, which you can manage. This is one of the tests we did earlier for the workshop. And in the dashboard, you're already getting an overview on security events, going more in depth on what is used. And if you click on one of them, you will be drilled down. You get a visible overview on what happened. And I'm not going into technical detail, but as you can see, it's giving graphical overview. It's giving you the information on what happened and why things were blocked. Also connected to known frameworks, known protection mechanisms, and we can drill down. We can go for further in-depth investigation as being the EDR solution, as we can see here. And out of the security policies, we only have 3 security policies. We also have USB device detection, but the different policies will give us the ability to block malicious actions. We'll have the integration with the sandbox. We'll do preliminary checks to see whether a file is malicious or not. We have the visibility on applications communicating towards internet, where we can also set different policies on which applications can communicate towards internet or not. And we have here some tools and the integration with firewall and sandbox, which we can set up out of the environment. Just to give a global overview on what FortiEDR can mean to you, I don't want to go into too much technical detail because it would take us too in depth, too wide. For the people attending this afternoon, we will have in the technical session, you will go into the management console, you will have more in-depth knowledge on what is showing up, and we will have a more in-depth demo at that point of time. Going back to the presentation, so if we look into how to sell for the EDR, we know that we are a bit late in the market. We know that there are already some other pure play EDR solutions that reside in the Gartner quadrant that people tested, and because we bought it just last year, and integration is still ongoing into the complete security fabric suite. We know that FortiEDR is not yet seen in the market, and Fortinet is not yet seen in the market as a pure play endpoint vendor or a pure play endpoint solution. Yesterday, we celebrated our 20th anniversary, so 20 years of Fortinet. And Fortinet started as a networking company, networking integration, networking solutions. So that's why for selling FortiEDR, we want you to firstly focus on integration with security fabric, integration with companies who already have a Fortinet install base, because there will be the quick wins. With Fortinet customers, they know already the products of Fortinet, they know the security aspect, the quality of the products, and there we can have quick wins. There we can have references, and then we can move on to other companies who don't have yet a Fortinet solution installed. But with the references, we can show them that FortiEDR is really a viable solution, and it's already a full-featured EDR solution. It has a complete other feature set as FortiClient at this moment. We are flexible with the installation as the customer fits. It can be in the cloud, it can be on-premise, it can be in an air-gapped environment. So even if a part of the network doesn't have connection towards internet, we can have an installation in that type of environment. So we have a fit for every customer that needs it, but please focus in the first time on Fortinet customers. And afterwards, we can go to greenfield installations for EDR solutions. If a customer, and that is clear, if a customer is open to a greenfield FortiEDR installation, don't hesitate to propose it, because we have the full EDR solutions, and afterwards we can integrate or propose security fabric, other security fabric solutions to have a more in-depth integration in that kind of solution. And as explained in the beginning of the presentation, it is built on already proven technology. And Silo existed already as from 2014. So it's a product that was already 5-6 years on the endpoint security market. It has proven customers as Hilti, as Red Bull. In Belgium, we have, for example, the University of Ghent, who is already a customer. We are deploying POCs at tens of Fortinet customers. So we are spreading the word. We are doing POCs. That is no problem. We can show the potential of the product. So please talk about FortiEDR towards your customers. propose a POC, and we can show them that the product is really efficient and has added value in their security environment. I don't know, Karen, if there are any questions at this point in time.
No, there are no questions. So thank you, Lars. And for those who registered for the session this afternoon, you will be able to play with FortiEDR. So that will be very cool.
And I just saw the answer from Karen that FortiEDR licenses can also be purchased in the licensing model via Viable.
Yeah, and there's even more to come. But I will explain now. So I'm going to share my screen up. So I guess everybody sees my screen now. Exclusive on demand. I wanted to show you a nice movie, but I didn't manage to get the sound on. But anyway, all of you will have the presentation later, and the video is embedded, so you can click on it and watch this cool video about our new platform, Exclusive on Demand. So we're now entering a new era, yeah, and I'm sure of it that everybody now has already seen a lot of noise, a lot of buzz on social media about our new platform, Exclusive on Demand, because we want to simplify the consumption, the way how technology is consumed, is offered, and we want to give our partners a platform where they can offer this license, this hardware, this technology as a service to your customers as well. So in what kind of world do we live now, besides the situation we are now, and we are obliged to stay at home, but we have also entered a new digital era, and we see that a lot of customers, end users, they get away from the traditional networks where we had those isolated networks, and a lot of them, they're migrating to the cloud. And a lot of them, of course, who are migrating to the cloud, they don't take into their network hardware anymore, but a virtualized version. So we see the move from hardware to VMs. And of course, a lot of companies, they would like to change the way how they consume their software and their applications. So they like to have more as a service way, because all of you, I think most of you, they consume already technology like Netflix and like Spotify. So we know already this kind of consuming technology on a customer basis. But our partners and our end users, they would like to do that change as well. And that's part of the digital transformation, what we see in the companies and the enterprises. We see it also with our vendors. More vendors, they abandon a little bit the way the traditional perpetual licenses, and they offer more and more subscription-based models. And we want to go a little bit further than that. You see a lot of vendors, they offer subscriptions on a 1-year basis, a 3-year basis, a 5-year basis. Well, we are going beyond, and we want to offer these subscriptions from our vendors through our platform with a more easy payment. I explained about Viable, about the flexible payments we can offer, but now we can offer it in a whole new consumption model. And we can offer that 1, 3, and 5-year subscription licenses in a monthly payment and in a quarterly payment. We can offer you automated renewals and so on. So what is our mission? Our mission with Exclusive Networks, I can say, 2.0 is deliver technology on demand, enabling you as a partner to grow your business, get closer to your customer, have that customer retention, and of course, forward that evolution to the subscription economy. Yeah, it's just the beginning. XOD will be launched in Belgium next week. Can we offer already everything? No, but we can already offer a lot, and there's more to come. We're really at the beginning of our XOD journey. So what is that journey? What is the principles for your success? So first principle, of course, is the way how we offer these subscriptions, the way how we will offer hardware in a second phase. Yeah, we will offer it as a service. So we offer traditional licenses and even hardware in the future as a service. Yeah, we want to offer you as well a digital value chain. We provide you a white label platform to the partner so you can offer that same subscription, that same as a service model to your customers, and especially those who want to enter in the world of MSSP, who want to offer an as a service model to your customers with a monthly payment. This is really, really the solution that you can integrate in your service model as well. And of course, we want to drive customer success. The relationship with your customers doesn't stop when your customer is placing its PO to you. No, it will begin. The journey will begin. So the first principle, transforming to subscription, we go from CAPEX model, upfront models to a pay-as-you-go model, with those monthly and quarterly payments. We can do a transition from the traditional hardware as a service, software and so on, or hardware models to an as a service model. We will not be able to offer it right away, but during this journey, we will offer more and more models, more and more technology in an as a service model. And of course, a variety of commitments the way these technologies consumed, with the monthly payments, quarterly payments, with automated renewals, and so on. And of course, as a partner, you will be able to offer that same technology as a service, and you can even add your services. You can create your own bundles, your own SKUs, so you can offer that as a service model through our platform in an easy and understandable and efficient way. So the second principle is that digital value chain. As I mentioned, we will offer you the platform where you can add your logo, you can customize it and use it as a platform where your customers will be self-sufficient. Your customers, the end user, can easily place an order through the model. They can automatically get their licenses, get their subscription in an easy way. You can offer them or make tailored offers to your end user based on your service model. So we offer you a whole wide platform where you really can make your own service model suited to your needs and the needs of your customers. The third principle, as I said, the PO, it does not end with the PO, with your end user PO. No, the purchase order will start a new journey, because when an end user places a PO in your platform, let us say, well, it generates data. We can easily analyze behavior of customers, and with that behavior, with that data that is being generated by placing in PO and consuming certain technology, we can transform this data into leads for you. And that lead creation will generate customer retention, because you can use these leads to offer new technology, offer technology based on the needs of your customers. And of course, you'll create that loyalty and will increase that customer satisfaction. And then the lead will turn into a new PO, or a renewal, so customer retention, very important. So what are the solutions that we can offer? Software as a service. At this point, what we can do with exclusive on demand, we will add in the near future more and more vendors, our own vendors in that platform. Fortinet will be the next vendor. It will not be, I hope it will be included already next week in the platform. If not, Fortinet will be available this quarter. So those of you who are very interested in becoming a partner or a customer from exclusive on demand, let me know and I will update you as soon as Fortinet becomes available on our XOD portal. So software as a service, what we can do right now is to integrate the already existing licenses of our vendors and offer them through the platform with quarterly and or with monthly billing. In the near future, what we can do is also offer you like licenses on a per user basis or a per endpoint basis. Coming back to the presentation of Lars, FortiEDR, he mentioned that it's per 500 endpoints you need to buy it right now. Well, in the future, as XOD will evolve, we will have the flexibility or the opportunity to offer that FortiEDR also as a per endpoint basis. It will not be next week, but in the near future. So what we can do already with exclusive on demand is convert the licenses of our vendors, a 3-year license, for instance. We can make sure that you can buy it with a spread payment plan on a quarterly or monthly basis. And also in the future, we can offer you hardware as a service. As most of you know, especially in the SMB market in Belgium, we position a lot the hardware FortiGates and other hardware solutions, because what is the unique selling point of Fortinet is the ASIC, the purpose-built ASIC, where the hardware can really have a good performance. And of course, hardware can become a part of the service solution. So in the near future, we will be able to provide that service model on hardware as well. So I hope that everybody of you is ready, or at least is really interested to know more and to offer your customers also another consumption model and technology as a service model. If yes, if you're interested, please do not hesitate to contact us, and we will guide you through the whole process, and we will make sure that you can sign up to the platform and maybe place your first PO already in the near future. So that was my part of exclusive on demand. I don't know if there are already some questions. I will quickly check. At this moment, no. Okay, then we're almost at the end of the webinar. I just have one more slide for you. And of course, we have the evaluation at the end of the webinar. And I would kindly ask you to participate also on the evaluation. Your feedback is really valuable to us. But before we start the evaluation, I just wanted to remind you that we have a nice incentive, a nice campaign for you. If you have attended this webinar, you will be eligible. But what's even more, if you have a qualified FortiEDR project and you notify us before 20th December, and that project is qualified by our pre-sales team as well, well, you will earn your free AirPods Pro. And really, that's a nice gift. So do not hesitate to contact us and to tell you the projects you have in the near future. So I would like to start now with the evaluation. And I hope that most of you know about Kahoot. So I will start it. Okay. So for those of you who don't know it, you just go to www.kahoot.it, or maybe if you have downloaded the Kahoot app, you can click on it and you enter that game pin that you see on the screen. Then you add a nickname, and then the nickname will be shown on the screen as well. So we'll wait for all the people to join the Kahoot evaluation. So again, it's really valuable that you tell us what you think about the webinars, what can be improved, and so on. I already see 2 names, that's nice. I know we have about 20 people in the webinar, so please join the evaluation. So during this evaluation, I will ask you some questions, and for each question you have a multiple choice answer. So you answer with what best suits you, and per question you have 20 seconds to submit your answer. So go to kahoot.it, so open a second tab on your browser, or open the app on your mobile phone and enter the game pin. Okay, still people joining. We're 5 people now, so I will wait about 2 minutes or so, and then we will start the evaluation. And I see a question popping up. So this might be better that there is no sound. So okay, we see a Corona Forti. That's very nice. Hopefully he's safe and sound. Okay, we still wait for some people. We have now 6 people, but I'm sure you can join us. Okay, everybody still sees the screen. Maybe some other questions? No. Oh. Okay, no more people joining. So I will start the evaluation. Okay, so I will start with the first question. It will pop up very soon. So why did you decide to join this webinar today? You see 4 answers and you have 20 seconds to pick the answer that best suits you. Okay, 2 people need to answer. One more answer, 1 second. Okay, so most of you, they say knowledge building. I hope it will respond to your request for more knowledge, of course. Second question, did you like the presentations? So we want more, way too technical. Was there a technical deep dive? Or hopefully not the green one. Okay, still 2 answers to go, 5 seconds left. Okay, thank you. So more of you, the most of you want more, so that's very nice. We hope we can maintain, of course, the same level of quality during our future webinars. Was there a technical deep dive? Well, it was a sales update, of course, so not too technical. And there was one person who fell asleep, I guess. Next question. So did you like the demo part of FortiEDR that Lars was giving you? Okay, not at all, or it was way too easy, or yes, of course, or maybe not suitable for a remote session. Still 2 people need to answer? Okay, thank you. So there was still half of you who find it not too suitable for a remote session. Well, given the current situation, we are obliged, of course, but the other half, they say, give me more of it. Thank you very much for your feedback. Next question. Do you understand the difference between FortiClient and FortiEDR? No? Yes, of course. What difference? Or it was still a little bit blurry? Okay, it was one person who find it a little bit blurry, but Lars, maybe you can add in your presentation maybe a document or something that explains very well the differences. And there was a slide available, of course. Next question. What do you think about the webinar flow? How we build up this webinar? Did you like it? Or maybe we need to find another flow? So still 2 answers to go. Okay, so most of you, they love it, and they also love the exclusive atmosphere. Thank you very much. Some of you, they say, okay, we've been through that a couple of times. Maybe we need to try to reinvent ourselves. Okay, thanks for the feedback. Next question. Did the webinar meet your expectations? Was it what you thought it would be? Still one question or one? Yes, and partially. For those who answered partially, though, do not hesitate to send me an email about what you think we can improve with the webinar. Thank you. Next question. I think I have a project for FortiEDR that might be interesting for those earpods. So just let us know. Still 2 answers to go. Okay, half says no, but that can come in the future. And there are still 3 people who already have a project. So let us know, and then we can send you these earpods, of course. Thank you. I think I will use viable leasing in the future. So the first presentation I gave to you, is it something you can use? Is it something you will use in the near future? So what's your thought about it? Still 1 answer to go. Okay, we have a mix. Somebody, no, not very interested in it, but there are still people, most of you, they have leasing projects in the future. Again, let us know and we can make up a good proposition for you. Next question. I want to register for our new exclusive on-demand platform. Are you interested? And can we help you registering to the platform? Okay, 1 answer. Okay, So everybody is interested. That's very nice. And there's 2 people who want to register as soon as possible. I will get in contact with you guys, and I will guide you through the process, of course. And of course, I will let you know when Fortinet becomes available, but it's foreseen for this quarter. Thank you very much. So the last question, can we contact you after this webinar for a meeting? Yes or no? And of course, the meeting will be Corona proof. Okay, there's still 2 people who want to have a meeting. So guys, I will contact you as soon as possible. So that was the last question. Thank you very much for filling in that evaluation or for participating in that evaluation. I hope the webinar was interesting for you. You know how to find us. I want to also give a big thank you to our co-presenters, Peter van Hemelrijk and Lars Putteneers of Fortinet. And hopefully see you soon. Bye.